For this lesson, we're talking about dividing fractions. For this lesson, it's important to remember some rules that we would have learned in our video on dividing whole numbers by fractions. And that's how to find the reciprocal of the divisor. A reciprocal, again, is simply flipping that fraction so that the numerator is now the denominator and the denominator is now the numerator. So for example, if I wrote over here 3 over 5, right, its reciprocal would be 5 over 3, because 3 over 5, 5 is now in my numerator and 3 is now in my denominator. That would be the reciprocal. So we're going to take that rule and we're going to simply apply it to this lesson. So 1/2 divided by 3/4, we know we can turn into a multiplication problem by finding the reciprocal of the divisor. Well, the divisor is 3/4, so it becomes 4 over 3. It's important to remember that we always have to find the reciprocal of the divisor. That is this number here, right? This is 1/2 divided by 3/4, right? The divisor divides the dividend. So it's that second number here. And then we look, let's use this multiplication problem, use our skills. Are there common factors? 2 and 4 have a common factor. 2 is its common factor. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. So this one is going to equal 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. So 2/3 would be our answer for this problem. For number 2, okay, we could remember that 5, since this is 2/3 divided by 5, I want to still turn it into a multiplication problem. So I could write 5 as a fraction by saying 5 over 1. Okay, 5 divided by 1 is 5, so I know that number is still the same, so it works. So I would do 2/3 multiplied by 1 over 5, right? Because I have to find the reciprocal of the divisor. I looked, are there common factors? There are not common factors in this problem. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 5 is 15. And that gets us our answer. 2/15 does not simplify. 4. Number 3. Here I've got 1/8 divided by 1/4. Well, 1/8 is my dividend, so it remains the same. It turns to a multiplication problem. 1 over 4, I need to find the reciprocal because that's my divisor. The reciprocal of 1 over 4 is 4 over 1. Are there common factors? Yes, there are. 4 and 8 have a common factor of 4. 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 8 twice. I get 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. For example 4, I have 4/5, so that's my dividend. It remains the same. My divide symbol turns into a multiplication symbol. And then I need to multiply by the reciprocal. Well, the reciprocal of 7/10 is 10 over 7. I say, are there common factors? Yes, there are. 5 and 10 have the common factor of 5. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 10 twice. I know their common factors. 4 and 7 does not have a common factor to simplify. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 7 is 7. And now we actually have to look and we have to say, well, this is not in simplest form. So 7 will go into 8 one time. That'll go into it once. If I do 8 divided by 7, right, I take 7 away from 8, there's going to be a remainder of 1, and I'm going to get 1 and 1/7. The denominator will remain the same. The numerator is the remainder that we would get in that division problem, and that's our answer. So these are some example problems for when you are dividing fractions.